Okay, this is Vepija, and we are back in Dredge. Okay, so we can't get the abyssal rod or whatever here. We have to go down to Stellar Basin, if I'm not mistaken. So, let's head that way. Actually, first of all, let's... Ooh. I need that for something. Something here. Where was that? Rock splits with an almighty crack. It crumbles away, revealing its core. Oh, sweet! I can return to these items later. Okay, so... Fathomless flame, a cold, unnatural flame. Dark shapes swirl and flicker inside. The goblet. A goblet covered in what appears to be a thin veneer of gold leaf. Okay. Got our traps. That's good. We should put on our volcano snail. Okay, so let's do storage. Okay. Oh, we didn't put the plate in storage. And that's almost full again. Okay, that's fine. So... we are headed the wrong direction, aren't we? That way to the lighthouse. Really? I can get what? One more? Wait here. Two more. Whoops. What's in that spot? We lost the crab pot? Oh, man. Yep. Okay, we're not doing well here. Get one more. I still saw two crab pots in it. Did it just damage one of them? Ooh, I can get a bigger crab pot too. I have one of those big pots too. Okay. And I got this all done. Should be like another page. Nope, I'm never happy. What can I do for you? Have I rebuilt this town enough? Can I buy a bigger boat? Okay, now I want to go down to the Stellar Basin. I know we're in the right direction. Yep, down that way. I think that's the fort, isn't it? Yeah, the old fortress. Well, we didn't get our trawler net. That's alright. Yeah, both these specimens you're after. Experiment with different fishing strategies. Okay, so I have 2 of them. I just need to get this. The glowing octopus. Shallow. And a crab pot, or I can hook it. Okay, so not shallow anymore, is it? Rest here. Disturbed water. Laboratories and ruins with equipment and research papers strewn about the place. Where do you want to look? Open the cupboards. Nothing in the cupboards. Inspect the equipment on the table. There's some strange looking prototype parts on the table, but you can't see any use for them right now. The other side of the table you find a hastily scrawled note. It reads, "Not safe. Expect retaliation imminently. Evacuating to fort." Excavating. Where do you want to look? Okay. Look around the floor. All that's left are scattered sheets of paper. Okay, the generator. An old generator sputters and takes over. That's all I can do. Okay, we need to find some place to sell fish. Where's the mobile fish girl? Starlight fan pontoon back around behind me. Over there. And there's something lurking in the center there. Ain't nothing to repair. Ooh, there we go. Okay, now we need to go back up to the researcher as fast as we can. Where is... There. Thank you. Looks like you've caught all the surface specimens I need. Yes, I do also need some from the deeper down, but that's going to be a problem. I developed a device to retrieve samples from the abyssal zone. This was over in the other research outpost before the attack. I have an idea of how to keep the creature at bay long enough to collect those samples. But while I work on that, I need you to retrieve some prototype parts. Carefully. I suggest you go during the day. I wouldn't want to be out on the reef at night. That's what a creature attacked you. Well, I got the sense that it was attacking the research outpost itself rather than me specifically. I suspect it was disturbed by some of my monitoring equipment. There were dozens of machines running there, all powered by a noisy generator. It was huge, larger than any other marine species I've studied. It attacked with tentacles, so I'd guess at some sort of octopus or squid, or an anemone. One of my research vessels was moored around the back of the station, so I managed to slip away in that while it was tearing apart the front. There was a lot of valuable data and equipment left there, but I'm not going back. I can't. I won't face it again. Okay, have you noticed anything else unusual since you arrived? Now that you mention it, I've been so preoccupied with the attack and having to rebuild her, I'd almost forgotten. I found these letters from my sister. She'd sent them to me while I was studying, before she... The researcher is quiet for a moment and then stares off to the side. Anyway, I kept finding them amongst my papers. I don't remember packing them, but I must have. I started finding them more frequently. They turned up in my collection nets, in my sampling tubes. They were letters I'd never seen before, but they were in her writing. They were in her name. They were saying things, talking about things that happened after she died. I can't explain it. Okay. So now we hit up the research station. First of all, let's check this. What did I get here? Where was that outpost? Over here. Oh, I'm assuming that's not good. That's the monster in the center. That is the research outpost. Yeah, there's something big down there. I think it's the Kraken. Something slithers into your hold. Laboratories in ruins, with equipment and research papers strewn about the place. Let's look at the cupboards. There's nothing left. Inspect the equipment on the table. After some searching, you find the prototype parts that the researcher needs to assemble the sampling device. Throw the prototype parts on board. Where do you want to look? Still nothing there. Let's rest. Head back to the fort. Let's see, we had a crab pot out here, didn't we? Where was the researcher? Back to the Starlight Pontoon, because we need to sell stuff. I don't want to go across the center. There she is, right here. Good. No, that's the outpost. She is. Okay, no repairs needed. Wood. Have the equipment for that, okay. Hello again. What do you need? I have the prototype parts you asked for. Excellent. Let me assemble a device for you. This should allow you to catch specimens from the greater depths. It's a little slow, but you may be able to make some improvements. And I don't have storage room. I want to discard it. I want to go back to my cabin, or to... So the right and left buttons don't do anything any longer. Cargo. Now I've developed a repulsion machine that produces a bright light and emits a high-pitched noise. It should deter the creature from attacking, or enrage it, I'm not sure. Connected to the research outpost's generator. You'll have to return and re-engage it every few hours, but other than that, it's completely automated. Great. Now take a look at the list of specimens. Remember, you want to install and activate the machine before attempting to collect these. You might also need to improve that equipment I gave you to catch some of these. Okay. So I can now... This here, bottomless. Okay, that's it. Don't have research parts. I don't have research parts anywhere. Okay, I think I am going to call it here, and we will go take that over to the research outpost next time. This has been Vepajan, do those 3 things that'll make us both happy. You know what they are. You click on that like, you give me a subscribe, And then you ring that bell so you can see me next time. Later.